and yet succeeds on like every level. That movie is astonishing. Because think of all the information in that movie. You know, the Jedi Knights, the Space Wizards, and the Empire. The Clone Wars happened before, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Han Solo, and all this stuff, and the Death Star, and Alderaan, and Princess Leia. Like, it's a dizzying amount of information, but when you watch that movie, it feels breezy. You're like, yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, he fought the Clone Wars? Interesting. You know, like, it's all nonsensical gibberish, but he makes it feel like a lived-in world, and you don't feel overwhelmed. You just breeze your way through the whole movie. And by the end of it, you have Star Wars. And every bit of that movie is like congruent with the Star Wars that we make today. That's how right he got it. The first time, on one try, one turn at bat, doing everything that has never been done before. And then what does he do? I mean, like, look, I sit around and I record music on Pro Tools and stuff like that. Why? Because George Lucas developed the technology to do that, to create digital audio and have digital editing. And people are making, like, you know, YouTube channels and using digital editing software. Why? Because George Lucas pioneered that. And we have these incredible special effects movies because George Lucas pioneered how you could do that digitally. And by the way, Hollywood fought him every step of the way. And villainized, oh, he's destroying them. He's killing the way we do things. And he's just like, no, the way we do things sucks. It should be done this. You know, this is an easier way, you know. And so this guy, you know, and again, like, what kind of maniac then wins making Star Wars, then takes all of that money and invests it into The Empire Strikes Back. That was an independent film. And then Return of the Jedi, that's an independent film. Fox did the first one. But he negotiated away his directing fee so that he could get the rights to make the sequel. First of all, I'd love to have been on that meeting. Can you imagine? Fox is like, guys, that Cleopatra movie almost destroyed the entire studio, but Star Wars, guys, we did it. The champagne. Yes, we got. You know, we didn't even know what he was doing, but I'm so glad we took the bet. George Lucas came through. 20th Century Fox is on top, baby. You know what we should do? What's that? We should make a sequel. Oh, yeah. Let's make a sequel to Star Wars. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be so great because, you know, the Jawas, people love the Jawas. Let's put more Jawas in there. And they just love all that. And it's going to be on Tatooine. It's going to be amazing. We're making a Star Wars sequel. And you see in the back of the room, there's like a lawyer, junior lawyer, who's like sweating, going like, they're like, Brian, get over here. Why are you looking so nervous? We're popping some champagne. He's like, I have the contract for Star Wars. Well, we're doing a sequel. Yeah, we are doing a sequel. Well, George is doing a sequel. Yeah, but we're doing it, right? No. No, he negotiated so that he got the sequel rights. We don't own it. What? What kind of tall would negotiate away his own? Why do we? No, this can't be. I just wanted more Jawas in my Star Wars. What's going on? And then George is like, yeah, check it out. We're going to the Iceland house. You're not even going to believe what the deal is with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. You know? So, like, he and then he takes it, and they're like, well, we can finance it, right, George? No, I'm going to pay for it myself. Let me light up a spliff. No, I mean, but and then when The Empire Strikes Back happens, what does he do? He takes that money, invests it in Return of the Jedi and its Skywalker Ranch. This place where he develops all kinds of, we're going to have a video game called Lucasfilm Games or LucasArts or something. And then we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And he just kept investing in the creative process, creating things like digital audio, digital editing, all this stuff. And it has completely changed the world several times over in terms of not just the technology that we use, but the ideas that have gone into his films have permeated our culture and has become, you know, part of the lexicon of our culture. So, yes, my fandom in Lucasfilm and in Star Wars is because I am a fan of George Lucas, which is why when I saw the prequels and I was, you know, old enough to be one of those guys who's like, this is crap, man. Yeah, no. And I'm just like, I want to watch this more closely because this is George Lucas that did this. What is he going for here? Why is this so different than what I expected it would be. Because I've been thinking about Star Wars prequels my entire life, ever since the originals came out. I knew he would do these. This is not at all what I expected. And because it wasn't what I expected, I learned a valuable lesson, which is don't repeat yourself. Try something new. Push yourself in a new direction that you've never been in before. And I learned that from the prequels, being like, this is why I'm watching these movies over and over again in the theater, because they're so different than what I expected. And then because I was able to get on his page, I was suitable to be brought in to work on Star Wars in various capacities. Because at that point, when Dave would be like, well, it's kind of like Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm like, yeah, I always felt like Qui-Gon was like, and Dave would be like, the father that Anakin needed. Yeah, right. And then the father, he falls up and he's like, yeah, no, it's like the father, goes away, and then it's the older brother that has to raise the kid, and he's not ready. They're like, this George was saying, right? He's like, yeah, I think so. And because we were studying those movies, we were like, what is George thinking here? What is going on? So anyway, I'm a huge fan of anything that guy comes up with. Huge.
I was going to say I'm a fan, but after hearing the way you talk about it, I'm an even bigger fan of George.
He's a maniac. He's a maniac. He's just absolute maniac. And again, I'm not even discussing half of the risks that guy has taken in his career. All of them insane risks, and they've paid off. And we get to benefit from that.
Fair. Well, I think we have time for a couple questions. So if you want to pick, or if you want me to pick, it's up to you.
Oh, no, go for it. Yeah.
Okay.